Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Get ready to rumble!
Hello everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Merlin, and this is Mer World Cards. And today we're going to be talking about mailbag grab day, and also some cards I got back from BGS. Just want to discuss those, and also cards, mostly graded cards that I bought through eBay and what other COMC or wherever else I bought them from. So let's talk about that. Today's going to be sports cards. So all sports cards, and I'll save non-sports cards for another day and another topic all by itself. So let's just strictly go into graded sports cards that I got in the mail all these past few days. So let's talk about them and why I chose to buy these cards. And if I can give you any other advice, I will let you all know. So I'm just going to grab some and let's talk about it. First off, this is my girlfriend's favorite player from the 90s and 2000s. It is Dirk Norwitzki, and this is a BGS 95. This is a Top Stadium Club from 1998-99. This is a rookie card, as you all know. And I bought this on eBay because my girlfriend loves him. And since vintage, which is also 90s, 2000s, is now considered vintage these days, I decided to buy one of his cards. I got a really good price for it. I can't really remember how much I paid for it. It wasn't that much, maybe like $100 or something at the time. I don't know how much has gone up since then. But anyway, it's a nice card to have in my collection. Okay, this are some big cards I had found in my drawer, some upper deck during the 90s. This is, as anyone can see, this is the upper deck 70 victory season Chicago Bulls 95-96, and I got this back at 8.5 from Beckett. If anybody sees it here, you see that? That's 96-97 upper deck, and it says Chicago Bulls commemorative cards, and this is Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman. Rodman's in the middle, of course. I think this is numbered. Yeah, it is. See here, it's numbered 04256 out of what is it? 7,000 something. That's a lot. You don't see that these days. So I decided to get those graded and see what I would get. I have another card very similar to that. It says, 90s Dynasty upper deck. This is also 96-97. Great for like the Last Dance. You can put these on eBay. I thought I could make like an easy sell on these. So yes, this is 90s Dynasty upper deck. Let's take a look at it here. 90s Dynasty, Rodman, Pippen, and Jordan again. Anything with Jordan I feel like sells. So I was like, let's put these in slabs, and they're kind of worthless without slabs, so let's put them. And I had told eBay, I had told Beckett that any card that was going to get graded below an 8.5, just do not give it a grade, but to just authenticate it, hence the blue slab, and it says authentic, and just encapsulate it. So any of my cards you ever see that have a blue label, it's because they're probably an 8 or lower, but I do very well just slapping them that way and selling them for a little cheaper, but still making a good profit. And of course, this has 0.563 something out of 15 million. Oh, this is cool. I just got this one graded too before Beckett raised all of its prices. This is Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. This is Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. It's a booklet. It's from 2013-14 Panini Preferred. Can we see that? It's a one-on-one rivalry memorabilia. It's numbered out of, I like the back of it. It's numbered out of 99. But I thought that was really cool, and I got a really good price for it. I made a deal and it was offered a deal I couldn't refuse. So I bought it, and I slabbed it. And I thought this was cool because, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson are trending, pretty hard right now. And it's like, oh, just because, you can't afford a vintage card, there's other cards. These guys will always be Hall of Famers. They're always going to be Magic Johnson. These are always going to be Larry Bird. Doesn't matter what year they come from. And to have cool, memorabilia like this is a good keeper. Is good to have and good to collect. Anyway, this guy, Steve Nash, who is now the coach for the New Jersey Nets. As you can see, this is a rookie card from 1996-97 Topps Stadium Club. And I like that shine on it. It's an SGC 10. That means gem mint. I like Nash's face. He looks like he's up to no good. He's like, one day I'm going to be coaching Harden and Irving and Durant, and I'm going to be coach. He. But anyway, he's another Hall of Famer, great player, and added to my collection because I feel like he'll be relevant since he's coaching, and who knows how far they'll make it. All right, as anybody has seen, this is a 1990 Fleer Larry Bird, number 8, and as anyone can see, the person who's trying to block Bird's shot or get the rebound, right here he is, where my thumb is. Yes, that's Magic Johnson, his number 1 rival. So I thought oh, these cards are trending as well. So I was like, let's buy this card. So luckily I got this for dirt cheap before they skyrocketed into crazy land. All right. Speaking of Steve Nash, here he is coaching one of his players, James Harden. This is a 2009 Prestige James Harden. SGC 10 Gem Mint. I got a good deal on that one. All right, here's a couple of cards, of Michael Jordan cards, that I bought off COMC, and I got a really good deal on them because they had been skyrocketing on eBay, but no one had touched them on COMC. So I was like, well, they're graded. Might as well grab them now because they're not going to get any cheaper. So I got these really cheap. This is a 95-96 Flair style Jordan SGC 10. I really like the look, the portrait of it, him shooting as a player, the black and white face. Let's see how the background looks. It's really in great pristine condition pretty much, even though it's gem mint. 223.5, great. So I thought, let's get it. And then back in the day, I was always buying junk wax back in the early 90s. And this is a card I had a lot of. And who knows where they are. I've moved around since then. Probably gave them away. So I bought this 92-93 Fleer Ultra of Michael Jordan. This one says Jam Session. I don't know if that's an insert or not. I thought it says Dunk Rate 16 or something. 46? I have no clue what it's talking about. But anyway, number 216, top 20 jammer. I thought it was a steal for a gem mint, so I took it. All right, let's go to some soccer. I'm going to throw you a curveball. And this guy has been doing very, very well. His name's Memphis Depay. I like his name. Future Stars Donruss. This is kind of like a rookie. This 213 Donruss autograph card. And I had already bought this graded. Again, I made an offer. The guy took my offer. So this is a SGC 9 mint with an autograph of 10. Really like that card. So I've been collecting a lot of soccer since over a year ago. And I'm really glad I have. I feel like I'm always a step ahead of everyone else. And I'm doing very well in the market, soccer card market. Anyway, everybody knows this guy because of his fame on announcing NBA games in the announcers, or not an announcer, but the commentating booth. during halftime and pre-show and after show. He's a famous Hall of Famer for the Lakers, Orlando Magic, Miami Heat. It's Shaq, former LSU Tiger. Shaquille O'Neal. This is a rookie card. This is 1992 Shaquille O'Neal Stadium Club. And it got a 9.5 gem mint. I bought this one on eBay. Again, really dirt cheap. I got this for a great deal. I don't think they're going to get any cheaper than what I had paid for them. So I bought a few of these, but this is one of them you can see here on YouTube that I'm showing you today. Shaquille O'Neal rookie card. I usually don't do this because they always grade terrible, but I bought a BCCG 10 mint or better Topps 1992 Archives Michael Jordan in the 84 Archive Classic look. This is from 92-93. I always liked this card. I liked it when I was collecting cards back in the 90s. So I just wanted to have it and just wanted a cheap card. Maybe I'll grade it. I don't think it's going to get a 10. I can tell by pretty much by the corners. I don't know if you can see it here or not. But if you look at the corners, they're okay. If I'm lucky, I'll get a 9. But still, I might put this on a slow boat to China and get it graded. See what I get out of it. I just want to get it out of that BCCG case. Anyway, living in Los Angeles, I love watching basketball, loving the Lakers, love watching the Clippers, and I'm always mesmerized by Anthony Davis. He's injured right now, but anyway, I bought this rookie card of his, even though he started in 2011, but 2012 is also considered his rookie year. This is what is this? This is a National Treasures, Panini National Treasures. And it says 11 versus 12 signatures, gold. And I don't know who this other guy is. Brandon Knight. Did he play for New Kids on the Block? And Anthony Davis. But this is the autograph. And I make an offer. And the guy accepted my offer, and I was totally blown away of the amount he gave me. And I just took the advantage and ran with it. I'm very happy. Let's see, Anthony Davis. I think this is numbered. I can't see the number on it. I know it's numbered. I can't see it. Oh, there it is. There it is. If anybody sees it, it's right. Something out of 25. Oh, there you go. 17 of 25. But anyway, I thought that was a great card to have of Anthony Davis autographed. Because, again, his cards are just going to go. Once he gets healthy again, they play in the bubble. They play in the playoffs. He's going to do great. He's probably going to be a future Hall of Famer. So buy his rookie cards. Speaking of an iconic rookie card, even though it's not the rookie card, but it was sought after during the junk wax era. It's David Robinson, Skybox from 1990-91. And I bought this on eBay again. Great steal. Very cheap. Super dirt cheap for this card. Probably same price that I was paying for this card raw back in 1990. Because his cards were so sought after, him and Michael Jordan back in the day. But I really like the style of the Skyboxes, of the Premier Skybox, of the patterns and everything on the back. And it's just, a really cool pattern and artwork from 1990. And his, I guess, true rookie card was 89, but they were still making 90 rookie cards of him. So this is still kind of like his first Skybox card. And a 9.5, you can't go wrong, especially since a lot of these cards from this era, 9.5, 10, is going to get you a really high grade. And the prices of vintage during this era are going through the roof. Okay, now we're talking about modern. Here's the guy I just saw tonight. He had 2 technicals, got kicked out, and Utah Jazz lost. But anyway, Donovan Mitchell is one of the most underrated players in the NBA. He's definitely having a MVP season. Utah is in first place. Who knew they would be ahead of both the Lakers and the Clippers? But they're looking good. He's a great leader. He's going to continue to be a leader in the future. Utah is going to see a lot of championships come down the road. And his cards are super way underpriced. It's ridiculous that they're this low in price. And if you have a chance, I tell you right now, go buy Donovan Mitchell rookie cards. Right now. Buy them. What are you waiting for? Quit waiting. Just buy the damn card. Anyway, here's some status cards. This is 2017 Panini status. This is the orange variation card. They had different colors of variations, 2017 and 18. And 19s are a little weird. One day I'll show you the 19 status cards. They're a little weirder looking at it. Anyway, this got a 9.5 gem mint. And I bought this on eBay for a ridiculous low amount. So I couldn't pass up on it. It's ridiculous. So someone had to take it. I took it. Let me go back to talking about David Robinson now. I had 100 of these cards. This is the Fleer Rookie Sensation from 1990-91. David Robinson. This is a BGS 9 mint. I really was huge in the buying Fleer packs and the jumbo packs because the jumbo packs would each have a Rookie Sensation card in those. And I was buying them at the University of Tennessee when I was at school there. And I was buying them in the convenience store there because they were with my meal card or whatever. And I was, I had like $100 credit. And so I would buy the entire box of Fleer and go upstairs and just rip all the packs open and collect all the Rookie Sensations, then go to a show the next weekend and then sell all the David Robinson cards. So I had to buy this card because it just brings back a lot of memories. And I think these Rookie Sensations like Gary Payton, Sean Kemp, David Robinson are going to see a price hike pretty soon. Again, definitely undervalued. Get them. Also, there's been big talk about NFL vintage football gaining a lot of steam as well. Getting really trending, getting a lot of heat. And prices just going through the roof, like Barry Sanders, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Dan Marino, John Elway, Brett Favre. Like, it's just, oh my God, the prices are just, I missed the boat on many of them. And I totally regret it because I was concentrating on other things like soccer. You can't keep up with everything. But I'm trying to think outside the box. And I'm like, what other cards during those eras that I buy that's probably just junk too, but maybe buy those in 9.5s and 10s for dirt cheap, and it's going to have the whip effect, the domino effect, the whip. It's going to follow once all those cards get out of price range for the rest of the world, that people are going to try to find other alternatives to buy. Like, what else was out those years? So I was like, oh, let's buy a Brett Favre rookie. And I remember these cards. I couldn't remember. I kept Googling, what were these cards I bought? And I remember some of them, you pull out of a pack, there were black cards, and some of them would have like a 5 stripe on it, or a 10, or 100. And I think if you sent that card in, you would get like 100 Brett Favres, or 100 Barry Sanders, or Emmitt Smith, or 1,000. But eventually these cards were just like worthless. I think you could buy a box for $5. I think I should have. And then I need to go out there and buy these cards. Anyway, I found Brett Favre's. I found a BGS 9.5 and I found a PSA 10 for so cheap, folks. Look at that. They don't have the stripes on them. This is just really the regular base card. But it's called Wild Card. Look for these cards. They're really cool. And if you can find those stripes, they're so low, I'd suggest buying them because these were popular for a couple of years. But it was just like junk wax after a while. There was so much of it. Who even cared anymore? But this is Brett Favre in his collegiate gear. I guess where he went to school. Southern Miss. But I thought this was really neat. Because this is a rookie card of Brett Favre. And I got it already graded. And now I have them for my PC. Maybe I'll put one on eBay and sell it. Here's another guy who's doing very well in the basketball from the junk wax era. 1990 Skybox Kemp of the Seattle Supersonics. Here is a PSA 10 gem mint of Kemp. 1990 Skybox. Again, look at that artwork. I like their stripes and design. I loved these cards when they came out. I was buying these packs like crazy. And I just loved the smell of the wax. And I loved the way the cards looked. And I would just sit there sometimes on my bed and just look at them over and over and over again. So this brings back a lot of memories. But Kemp Skybox, look for those on eBay. Continuing with the Skybox tradition, I bought none other than former Laker Hall of Famer Magic Johnson. This is a 1990 Skybox as well. Beautiful card. Let's turn it around. Oh, look at Magic. Hey! Ha! Ha! Wee! Ha! Ha! Magic Johnson. I see Magic everywhere. He's a really nice guy. Very hospitable man. Love Magic. The town loves him. Super nice guy. I didn't like the Lakers growing up. Loved the Celtics. But I have met Magic. And he is the nicest man in the whole wide world. Really is. Truly class act. Nicest man in the world. Buy his rookie cards. Still underrated, I believe. No matter how expensive they are. They're so underrated. Here's another guy I really liked as a kid too. He started in the 70s. Was big in the 80s. I bought a rookie card that was a team leader of the Utah Stars. But not Ron Boone, even though I love Ron Boone. Can't remember Ron Boone, to be honest with you. I was only 5 years old. So I'm 50 now. But anyway, Moses Malone. May he rest in peace. But he played with the Utah Stars before they were the Utah Jazz. Because it used to be New Orleans Jazz. And they moved up to Utah. But Utah is not known for their jazz at all, except for their basketball players. But I wanted to have a card of Moses Malone, and all his cards this year, of that year, of 1975, tops, are so expensive. And I was just like, oh, I just saw this card, just, buy it now on eBay, and it was so, I think it was like $40. This is a PSA 8 near mint to mint. And then everything else jumped, like graded already, to like 500 to 1,000. And this thing was just sitting all by its lonely self. And I was like, you know what? You need a home. I want to adopt you and keep you for myself. Because I really like Moses Malone. I love the name. He was a great player. May he rest in peace. Also, of the Seattle Supersonics, it showed you Kemp. Anyway, another famous rookie from that era. And this is an update series from the update set, 1990-91 Fleer update set. They came in these little boxes. I can't show you. There's these yellow boxes. And I think people are going around buying these boxes on eBay for $40, $50 a set, maybe even cheaper. And in the set, really no one else cares about except for Gary Payton. This is his rookie card. And they're getting this card graded. And they're selling even like a 9 for several $100s for a Gary Payton card. And a 9.510 is going like for $1,000. It's crazy. I don't know how much they're going for right now, but last when I checked, they're that much. And you could just go and buy, but I'm not saying, you know how these cards were back in these days. The centering is terrible. So it's just, it's luck of the draw. So hopefully if you spend $30 for that set, you pull this card out. Hopefully it's well-centered card and you get at least a 9, a 9.5, or a PSA 10 for this Gary Payton card, because if you do, it's gold. It is such gold money. Okay, the last Beckett or BGS graded card I have is, again, from the Junk Wax era, 91-92 Upper Deck. And this is a Magic versus Jordan. And I thought this was really cool too, because I was like, oh, I didn't really care about these cards at the time. They were just in my comments back in the day in the 90s. But now these guys are so relevant and so historical figures in the NBA. Both Hall of Famers, and everybody is getting, is getting on the train for like players that are also on another player's card. So everybody is like, getting on the train to buy like cards that also have another famous iconic player on that player's card. For instance, the Topps Chrome LeBron versus Kobe card. I think there's some other cards of Michael Jordan versus Kobe. And then I found this one before everybody else discovered it. Let me tell you, I got this card as cheap as probably the Raw card is selling now, or maybe even cheaper. I mean, it was dirt. I mean, below 6 feet below the ground, dirt cheap. That's how cheap this card was. I was like, are you crazy? It was like, buy it now. And like, everyone just let it sit there and they didn't buy it now. This is Magic versus Jordan. These are two Hall of Famers. This is a 9.5. It's already graded. What else more do you want? This is an already established card. This card will only go up. And plus, even if you don't want to sell it, look at this card. You got it. You have it. Look at this. These two. They're really playing against each other. This really happened. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Classic confrontation. Even then, it was classic confrontation. And it was relevant. It was topical then. That was really happening at that moment. This is 30 years later. And it's still a classic confrontation. It's a historical classic. Someone sold these two cards. Speaking of classic confrontations, I've showed you their cards already a couple times. But again, I think you also got to consider not only buying those vintage original cards of famous Hall of Fame players, but you should also might as well just invest in cards even after their prime or after they got into the Hall of Fame, because Michael Jordan's always going to be Michael Jordan. Magic Johnson's always going to be Magic Johnson. Larry Bird's always going to be Larry Bird. Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman, Dirk Norwitzki, Steve Nash, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Garnett, Vince Carter. They're always going to be Hall of Famers. They're still going to be the same people. They've already established. They don't need to prove to you anymore. So I go now and find modern cards of those classic, iconic Hall of Fame players. Even maybe with NFL. Go buy some new Emmitt Smiths or Barry Sanders. If they got them out, buy them, because they're still that same player. So if it's a 2010 card, buy it. It's 2015, get it. Because it's still Barry Sanders. It's still Emmitt Smith. It's still Wayne Gretzky. It's still, I don't know, name other players, whatever sport. It's still David Beckham. It's, Pele, Muhammad Ali. Who cares, If they're licensed, you can get it graded, and it's, I don't know, if it's cool, it's got autographs, it's got serial numbers on it, even better. Get it. Because let me tell you right now, those cards are so underpriced and underrated, and no one's going after them. And one day, because all those other vintage cards are going to be, you're going to have to put out a mortgage or, buy it with a corporation card, or buy it with 20 people, because it's going to be $1 million or $100,000. You can afford $100,000. So buy an autographed serial numbered card or something, or a patch or relic of that famous Hall of Fame player. So that's what I'm doing. I'm using some of my money that I make off eBay or through Star Stock or through my website or whatever, and I go and I buy these cards. So these are two. I bought a Magic Johnson 2009 Classics, Panini Classics autographed patch jersey card. I don't think it's numbered. Oh yeah, it is. Look, it's numbered out of 14 of 25. So look at that. Autographed. It's almost like an RPA. It's a HPA, Hall of Famer patch auto. HPA. It's a classic greats. No duh. Magic Johnson. It's a BGS 9 mint card. And then I bought this as a pair. And here's Larry Bird. Again, a HPA, Hall of Fame patch auto. Numbered 4 out of 25. And I'm glad, because Larry Bird was my hero in the 80s, so I'm glad I got a 9.5 out of him. But still, you can't pass these up. And you don't want to know how cheap I got these cards for. But there's so much gold on eBay and COMC and Star Stock. I'll be telling you, it's just insane. And I have made profits from it all. I've made a living, folks, this past year making buys like this before everybody else realizes it, because everybody's like a bunch of lemmings. They go on YouTube and they listen to like, oh, you got to buy the 2000 Lucca Prism base card in a PSA 10. So you got 1 million people buying that Lucca Prism PSA 10 card, but they've got blinders on. They're not looking at the, at first the optic or the Donruss or the status or the Revolution or from the National Convention or the Father's Day card or the Cyber Monday or the Black Friday. There's so many different types of cards, it's insane. So here's a Lucca Doncic card. I was sitting there one day last year. It was a $50 card, and it was autographed and serial numbered. No one bought it, and I bought it, and I got a BGS 9.5 and an auto 10 for it. I turned around and sold it for $1,000. It just sat there for weeks. And then I realized maybe that's what I should be doing. Don't be doing like everybody else, chasing a card that's got, a pop of 1 million. Buy cards that no one else sees, because let me tell you, it isn't hard to sell the other cards. It isn't. Even when it's an 8.5 or an 8, I can still turn that card over and make some money off of it. So I want you all to learn, because it gets tired. I get tired of hearing about a PSA 10. I get tired of hearing prisms. There's 1 million other cards. National Treasures, Flawless. Those are expensive, but still, believe me, there's times when you can find that card cheap too, just like a patch card. Buy it before everybody else does. There's so many different options. I'll teach y'all. Have a good day, everyone. I'll talk to you later. This is Merlin, Merworld Cards. Bye.